Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything podcast. In this episode, I'm reviewing episode 1 of Battle in the Box, which I showed the trailer for in the last episode. This Battle in the Box episode 1 stars Jimmy Carr, Joe Swash, Sean Walsh, Harriet Kemsley and Lara Rucchiote. Because it's kind of reality, there's no writer-director, but there is a synopsis. Joe Wash and Sean Walsh face off against Harriet Kemsley and Lara Rucchiote in the box-based game show. Battle in the Box episode 1 was released on the 16th of July 2024. Here's my opinion on this episode. I love the show's concept, I like the dynamics between the teams, and I enjoyed the games. Without further ado, here's my review of Battle in the Box episode 1. Jimmy explains the rules of Battle in the Box. Jimmy compares the contestants to shop workers. Jimmy introduces himself introduces himself and the show. We then have the title sequence. Jimmy mentions OnlyFans. Jimmy continues to explain the rules of Battle in the Box. Jimmy introduces his lair. Jimmy compares his lair to the boardroom scene in The Apprentice. Joe explains why he agreed to participate in Battle in the Box. Joe and Sean enter the box. Harriet explains her dehydration. Harriet and Lara enter the box. Harriet doesn't understand the show's concept. Joe compares the box to a zoo. Joe does a monkey impression. Each contestant has a lunchbox containing items from home. Sean's contains an onion. Sean suggests that Joe should peel this onion. Sean compares the onion to a present. Lara's lunchbox contains deodorant. Contestants have been in the box for around 30 minutes. The teams find out who their opponents are. Harriet calls Sean and Joe idiots. The teams communicate with each other. Both teams laugh. Joe checks in with Sean regarding his jealousy levels. The teams are informed of an upcoming game. Jimmy explains the rules of this game. The first game is known as Welcome Drinks. Harriet explains the game's rules to Lara. Jimmy mocks Harriet's choice of words. Both teams attempt Welcome Drinks. Jimmy mentions his butlers. Jimmy delivers an untrue disclaimer. Welcome Drinks ends. Sean reveals his anxiety for electric shocks. Joe helps Sean take off his safety helmet. Sean and Joe win Welcome Drinks. Joe and Sean celebrate. Sean and Jane, wrong show there, Ben, and you can't read. Sean and Joe get more space, whilst Lara and Harriet get less. Joe apologises. Jimmy recaps the rules of Battle in the Box. Jimmy believes that Sean is a psychopath. Joe and Sean push the wall and celebrate having more space. Sean and Joe receive 3,000 virtual currency. Sean apologises. Joe and Sean debate what to spend their virtual currency on. Options include bunk beds and a takeaway. Joe tells the girls what he and Sean are purchasing. Joe tells Sean how he met his wife Stacey Solomon. Joe references I'm a Celebrity Extra Camp. Joe believes that Stacey is the stinkiest I'm a Celebrity contestant ever. The girls see the boys get their purchased items. Jimmy introduces his minions. Sean reminds the girls of his bed. Both teams have now been in the box for around 4 hours. Jimmy reveals the actual time compared to the time the teams think it is. Harriet complains about the box's brightness. Joe doesn't understand what a meal kit is, to Jimmy's frustration. The girls express their hunger. Sean suggests that Joe needs to relax. Another game is about to take place. Jimmy calls himself a megalomaniac. Jimmy explains the rules of the next game. The next game is known as House Rules. Both teams come up with rules for the box. Both teams submit their rules. Both teams break their own rules several times during house rules. Both teams have now been in the box for around 5 hours. Sean reminds Joe of one of the rules. Sean comments on Joe's multiple rule breaks. Sean breaks one of the rules. Joe breaks the same rule on multiple occasions, as does Sean. Joe yells at Sean. Lara reminds Harriet of one of the rules. House rules ends. The girls win. Joe complains about Sean's rule. The girls celebrate winning house rules. Joe mimics Harriet. The boys lose some of their space in return for the girls getting more. The girls push the wall. The girls earn 3,000 virtual currency. The girl celebrates this. The girls celebrate this. Joe makes food for himself and Sean. Sean compares Battle in the Box to a sleepover. The girls choose what to buy with their virtual currency. Joe continues to remind Sean why they lost house rules. Sean apologises. Both teams have been in the box for around 6 hours and 30 minutes. The girls' items are delivered. The girls celebrate having a bed. The girls thank Jimmy. The girls have also been given a sound bath. Jimmy explains what a sound bath is. Sean gets woken up by the girls' sound bath. Sean tells Joe about the girls' sound bath. Sean is annoyed to hear about Joe's frequent fishing trips. Sean compares one of Joe's trumps to someone running over a frog. Joe laughs at Sean's comparison. Both teams have been in the box for around 8 hours and 30 minutes. The girls play bowling. Sean complains about the girls' purchase of a bowling set. A scene from earlier in the episode is shown. Another game is incoming. Jimmy explains the rules of the next game. This game is known as Delish. Joe confesses that Stacey is a loud eater. Sean swears at Joe. Delish begins. Joe mentions Sean's bum. The girls get multiple time penalties, as do the boys. Sean gets angry with Joe. Joe makes Sean laugh. Delish ends. The winners of Delish are the girls. Joe is optimistic. Sean doesn't share Joe's optimism. The girls celebrate. Joe and Sean blame each other for their loss. The girls get more space in return. The boys get less. Harriet apologises. The girls push the wall. Both teams have been in the box for around 12 hours. The episode finishes off with the next time trailer, and Jimmy concludes the show. Next time on the Everything Podcast, I'll be covering the Nobes episode released on the 17th of July 2024. Here's the trailer.
Coming up on Neighbours.
Dad just flew in.
Vic.
My ex-husband is in town.
So why is he here? What does he want?
Can't skip all the big stuff and then roll in here and act like a father.
You must be Haz's sister.
Thanks for holding the fort, but I'll take it from here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You in a mirror. I don't get what's wrong. What did I do?
You're not my boyfriend anymore.
Fine by me. Come here, fella.
This is Logan. Logan, this is Aaron.
Logan.
Aaron was married to David.
Melanie has told me all about him. I can't even imagine what you've been through after you lost your partner.
You want to make sure you make a good first impression.
Aren't you going to get in trouble for ditching school?
Your son is the bad influence here.
Your coffee's on fire. I had to think the residents of Irene Rising would be the very first to try it tomorrow.
There's been another poisoning.
Welcome to the official opening of Irene Rising.
Chin chin. What does that taste?
Help! Help!
That is the most recent trailer released for Neighbours since the one I will use until a new one comes out, obviously. So yes, as I mentioned, I will be covering the 17th of July 2024 Neighbours episode in the next episode of the podcast. But that's this episode where let me know what you thought about Battle of the Box episode 1. I was about to say Neighbours, I was like, no. Battle of the Box episode 1. If you watched it, mind you, if you didn't, you can put your thoughts on both of those in the comments below, as well with anything else from the channel. It could be a review suggestion for a TV show, a movie, a book, a comic, or any news about your favourite TV show or movie. So some of the review suggestions I've had so far, TV and movie wise, The Boys, House of the Dragon, Argyle, Fallout, Hitman, Back to the Future Part 2. Not had any book reviews yet. Comic review, I've been asked to review some 1990s Marvel, so I've chosen to review the Avengers Forever 12 issue series, because it's only 12 issues, so it shouldn't take too long for me to review and release. Yes, news wise, as I will continue to mention until the news episodes comes out about it, I'll be talking about all the news that comes out from San Diego Comic Con and D23 2024. San Diego Comic Con will have happened by the time you are seeing this episode, but not when I'm recording, because otherwise it would be the D23 hasn't happened yet, but it's a lot closer for you than it is for me when I'm recording this. So yes, you can put your comments on all of those in the comments below as well. Remember, you can also like, comment and subscribe. And that's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye.